Good morning. I am going to do a bit of wanging on about tomatoes today because I'm going to start side shooting mine, and it's a good time when they're quite young like this to work out how to do it. I am growing a variety that is a climbing tomato. So you'll generally find that you get climbing tomatoes, also known as cordons, so they're trained in a cordon style upstrings, or ones that bush. They'll say on the seed packet, so there's a famous one called, I think, Tumbling Tom, which is a nice bushy tomato that is used in hanging baskets, so it like falls down rather than grows up. But this tomato is Sakura and it wants to grow up, up and up, and to train it up a string, I'm going to need to put a support in. If I had like an overhead wire or a hook, then I can hang a bit of string down and train the tomato up that, but I don't. So what I'm going to do is pot this on into a bigger pot and find a stick or cane or something like that and put that alongside and use string to loosely connect it so that it's supported and it can grow in an upright way. But here, now it's quite young, it's a useful time to look into side shooting. So this here shoot up here, this is what I call the leader, or many people call the leader. It is the kind of the force of growing, it's growing up at the moment. But in all of these side shoots, so you see the leaves and then the stem, and then in between, like the armpit, there's a little side shoot. They are just like the leader, and they will start growing into kind of their own tomato plant. So you can imagine it would become a massive bush of leaves and tomatoes. And it doesn't really produce the healthiest plant. One, because the energy is going all over the place. It's making a plant up here, up here, up here, up here. And really what we want is all the energy to be going into the tomatoes to produce lots of lovely fruit. So if we take the side shoots away, we're kind of condensing the energy into one stem, into one, like not one, but hopefully many sets of tomatoes. And also when you get lots of foliage growing from these side shoots, it stops the air circulating around the plant. And just like us, we like to have like clean air going around us. It helps keep the plant a lot healthier. And the side shoots, if they get really bushy, it can also shade the fruit. Now the fruit is helped to ripen by sunlight as well. So side shooting is done for many different reasons, but it does help to keep the plant healthy. So when you start, you can start right down at the bottom, and you can see these are quite easy. So we've got a leaf here, a stem here, and a side shoot. So I can just pinch that out. Again, the stem, the leaf, in the middle is the side shoot, and so on. And when they're so little, you can just do it with your fingers. As they get bigger, you kind of need to use scissors or maybe even a knife. So these are all really tiny and easy to identify that that is the side shoot. So out it comes. Now, when you get to the top, and this is why I like to do it earlier, because if I left that a week, it would become really difficult to work out who's the leader and who's the side shoot. You can see they look almost identical. Now, this one is actually starting to look really strong, and I'm like, oh, maybe you're the leader of this plant. But there's a clue here, and that is this truss here of tomato flowers, which will of course become the tomatoes. And that is on this stem here, which means this is my like original plant. This is the leader, and you can see stem and leaf. So this is the side shoot. And I think that it's got a bit too big for me to pinch out with my fingers. So I'm just going to cut that off instead. Now, some people even can plant these into compost, and then you can grow another tomato plant on then. So if you are after more tomatoes, you could try doing that. But I'll just put this in the compost. If you have problems with flea beetle around your brassicas, so if you're growing radishes or pak choi or something like that, then you can drop these tomato prunings alongside it, and apparently they don't like the smell of the tomatoes. But I'm not sure how that effective is once the flea beetle is already there, but anyway. And Brooke told me that there's a tomato leaf perfume. I really like the smell. When you do this, it does make your hands go dark. Don't worry about it, it will come off with a bit of washing. But yeah, enjoy doing your side choosing if you are growing tomatoes that are being trained up. If you're growing the bushy kind, then you don't need to worry about doing this. But I'll show you once I find some supports to start training them. But essentially, yeah, I'll just keep doing this as we go. And yeah, hope that was helpful. Thank you. Bye-bye.